Okay, my favorite scene in the movie involved Wolverine as he went back in time. Went back to the 1970s, which was pretty amusing. You heard a lot of like Roberta Flack music. Wolverine was kind of dressed like a pimp. He went out in a car that was kind of, I don't know, it was really awesome. I liked the whole 70s vibe. It was my favorite scene in the movie.
Favorite scene was, other than Quicksilver, obviously. Everybody's gonna say that.
Jerk.
Was I really like the opening. I always like future stuff. So the opening with the characters from the past fighting the future Sentinels, it was badass. But especially, my God, at the end of the movie when the Sentinels were just basically massacring the X-Men, and because it's really identical to how the comic is, and I was like, "Woof, that's pretty jack." It was very graphic. It was really good. The last scene in the future against the
My favorite scene in X-Men, Days of Future Past,
Good.
was the scene for the jailbreak for Magneto. The part when actually Quicksilver, basically, it's like he freezes time and runs around the whole entire room and just rearranges everything. And it just turns out to be absolutely an amazing scene.
Well done, sir.
My favorite acting performance was Fassbender.
You were so close. Why was it your favorite?
Fassbender. He played the young Magneto.
Young.
He just played him exactly the way you want to play a character like that. Very tormented, very upset, very torn about, possibly saving the past and, saving the future, excuse me, and just not really going forth in what he wanted to do and finally breaking down and realizing that he has to be the sacrificial lamb in the whole entire thing.
Wow, that's Bible reference. All right, stop it up. My favorite scene, or my favorite actor in this movie had to actually been Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, which is really unusual because normally he's my least favorite actor. But this time Wolverine was a bit weak. He was like bleeding. He was using his mind instead of his muscles. It was a really different experience as an X-Men fan seeing Wolverine in that role, which I don't remember in the comic books, but for this movie it worked really well, and Jackman did a great job.
Favorite acting performance? Overall, this was probably, to me, one of the best acting movies for superheroes as far as an ensemble, I thought, which I was very impressed. If I had to pick one, I'd say Charles McAvoy, the guy from Wanted, who was the young Professor X.
James McAvoy. But,
yeah, him too.
But he was Charles Xavier.
Charles Xavier.
So that connects.
Right. Yes, it does.
He was good because he showed range from struggling from trying to be the man who he started out to be, then he collapsed, and then trying to be this new, better guy who's going to lead the mutants. So,
quick question for you, Chris. Did he look like the drug dealer in the, Pulp Fiction?
No. I don't think so.
With the hair? He was like a spitting image of the drug dealer from Pulp
Fiction.
Yes. Eric Stoltz looked just like him. I was like, he's going to inject somebody with a needle.
He looked very much like him if he had red hair and a completely different face.
Fine.
Your least favorite performance?
I'd have to say that I really didn't like Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't. I miss the old Mystique. I don't know why
she'd be like 55 right now.
Maybe I'm just hooked up with this whole Katniss thing. It just seemed like Katniss was blue.
She won an award.
And Mystique was never this important.
It's not like she can't act.
What didn't you like about her?
The whole thing that hinged upon everything.
What was so wrong with her?
I don't know. Her action scenes just looked really like staged. I just didn't think that she was good at it. No Mystique. Pro Wolverine. No Mystique.
The hype. Okay. I think it did, but I know nobody will agree with me. But I thought the movie was exceptional. I think it did live up to the hype. It somehow cohesively erased the bullshit. Oh God, that's bad for YouTube. The bull crap that was in Wolverine Origins and X-Men 3, which was atrocious. And on top of that, it blended the biggest superhero cast, I think, and made it cohesive and good. So to me, it lived up to the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
Honestly,
do that again. Yeah.
The hype to me, this movie did not live up to the hype. I don't want to get into what I liked and disliked about the movie, but it just definitely did not live up to the hype. I'll just say one thing. I mean, based on the way they were building this thing up to be, it was not my favorite X-Men movie.
What was your favorite X-Men movie?
Probably 2.
Okay.
2, and then probably right after that would be First Class. Obviously, everybody knows 3 is the worst, but this is probably right. Oh, I can't say.
Okay.
What can he
He
say?
can't say. Maybe
don't wanna
it's
say
for
it.
later. We're going to talk about
Oh,
things
yes,
later.
yeah.
I don't think it did. While I liked this movie, I mean, you'll see with the thumbs, it's going to be tricky for me, but the movie was hyped a lot. You really were expecting something amazing. And as far as the movie goes, I think it would have made a better book than a movie, which you would almost never say. But this had a lot of content, a lot of character development, and not a lot of action scenes. I mean, you had some, but not what you would expect from, you know, a normal movie like this. Like Captain America had like 10 times more action. So while I liked the movie, I don't think it lived up to the hype.
So more action and less story would have made you happy?
No, that's a mean question. I said I liked the story. However, the movie was not hyped as a big storyline. The movie was hyped as your summer action thriller, which I don't think it was. I think a lot of people seeing this movie, including a young Chris Perez, might not have liked it as much right after the movie. They may have been expecting a little more.
Yo, Ann, what time is it?
It's thumb time.
Show us your thumbs.
Show us your thumbs.
My thumbs are, and Dave's gonna hate this.
Oh, this is
Oh my god.
Stop.
If you're an
Stop the
X-Men
camera.
fan,
There's no reason.
go for it.
Who's not an X-Men
But
fan?
I was not really happy.
Oh,
You mean like for grandmothers?
no.
They won't go.
And listen, a little too long.
No.
A little too long. I'm out. Just whatever.
Show us your thumbs.
Thumbs up. All right. Giggity.
I don't believe.
Sing it again.
Show us your thumbs.
Please,
This
Dave.
is a really difficult thumb thing for me. If there was going to be a sideways thumb, this would be the movie for it. But since I'm a normal human being that gives people advice, 2 thumbs up. Go to see the movie. Make your own opinions. It's not as good as you think it's going to be, but you should see it anyway. Thumbs up. I don't normally do this.
What does that mean?
2-minute movie man. 2-minute movie man. Hello from 2-minute movie man.